Welcome to the future of money. Come with us on this journey into the world of Bitcoin, blockchain and crypto projects. You're going to meet the trailblazers. These people have changed my life and they may very well do the same for you. Welcome back, Hard Forkers, Sunday night here in Singapore. Dunstan, good to see you again.
Hey, yo.
First week of freedom here in Singapore after what seemed like an eternity. Hence, not a huge amount of videos for the last few days. We've been running around catching up with everyone. It's been busy. So Dunstan, jumping straight into it, we've had Jim Rogers, a billionaire, turn around and say that he thinks Bitcoin is going to zero. His rationale is that governments will simply not allow it, and he's stated that governments have got the guns, and therefore they simply won't allow Bitcoin to flourish. Comments on this, sir?
Well, he is correct in a sense. Governments doesn't want the existence of Bitcoin, and they are slowly eroding on the dominance of Bitcoins by supporting entities in the Bitcoin infrastructure space like Coinbase and so on. So they are doing acquisition and such. But even that, this is the exact reason why Bitcoin needs to exist, right? I mean, we need another alternate system. We cannot say that, the government is going to take care of us. We need to also take care of ourselves. And if anything happens, at least we have a backup, a fail-safe plan, an opt-out plan in a sense. So yes, I believe that part of what he says is correct. Yes, but then for Bitcoin to fall to zero, then it also means that people like me and you or anyone who owns Bitcoin have to agree that it's going to be zero in price. I'm definitely not going to agree in that. Well, if you ask me, I believe that each Bitcoin should be worth $1 million. Please make it $1 million, people. But yeah, so and even that, he might have his own thinking process as to why he said that Bitcoin is going to zero. Well, the prices of Bitcoin did tank, whether or not it's because of his prophecies, the things that he say and so on. I mean, this is a known billionaire. But what if I tell you that he has actually bought Bitcoins off our dark pools itself? He has done OTC trades and he has acquired Bitcoin. Then I don't know whether he still has the Bitcoin right now, but he has definitely bought Bitcoin. So what about that?
Well, I thought there's generally always going to be a curveball in our conversations with you, Dunstan. So I don't know what to say about that.
So it's up to the users to figure out if he has Bitcoin and he says that, why? If he doesn't have Bitcoin and he says it, why? So it's up to the audience to figure out that.
Well, okay. I mean, look. I mean, we've had JP Morgan in the past. A number of players have rubbished Bitcoin. But I think we spoke about PayPal recently. Shitting all over it, and it looks like they may well be entering the space as well. I think really the key takeaway for me here is, and I've heard this before, if it does really become a threat, the takeaway from you is that you're saying you think a lot of this institutional buy-up is really part of a plan to actually undermine it ultimately. Is that what you're saying?
Well, that's part of it actually, and also other parts would be, if it actually does succeed, it is a good hedge against traditional assets and so on. So it is an alternate asset in that sense.
Yeah.
So and of course, being part of it, so we take a look at different institutions actually. So there are institutions where they are just using it as a hedge. But there are institutions that needs to undermine exactly what Bitcoin is, because it is antithesis to exactly what they represent. So that's why I say it's different institutions and different motives.
Yeah, I mean, we also had this interesting story today out of, not today, I think it was Friday, Australia, which is a real hotbed of crypto action, actually. I know from my statistics, a huge part of the audience comes from down there. I've clicked the wrong one. Here we go. One moment. I apologise. Basically, the Australia Post has they've set it up for their customers to buy Bitcoin from over 3,500 outlets. I mean, to me, that's pretty significant.
It is similar in other countries where
Yeah.
there are certain countries in Asia, in Europe, where you can even purchase Bitcoin from 7-Eleven.
Yeah.
Yeah, even if you can't purchase directly, you can actually purchase using like those sort of game credit cards and so on.
Mm.
Yeah, like the Apple cards and such.
So I guess, yeah, I mean, this isn't sort of huge news. This has been going on for quite a while. I guess really where we're going with this is, to what extent is Bitcoin becoming, if you've bought it via Coinbase, we've obviously spoken about the issue with them selling data. To what degree that the hardcore Bitcoiners like yourself are happy with Bitcoin really becoming something that can easily be monitored by a government. These type of initiatives. It's Bitcoin is different things to different people. I guess Dunstan, I clearly understand for you, that as little government control as possible in these early stages of adoption. And what frustrates me is really, I've spent 4 years trying to convince the retail market, the mums and pops and friends and, the regular people out there to try and acquire a Bitcoin. And to me, it actually seems like the opportunity potentially will be missed at what they would consider a reasonable price level, as these institutions are really coming in now. I've seen it this week. I've been with people who are building the platforms, the fintech. This thing's going to get snapped up left, right, and centre by larger players.
I mean, you put it this way, right? We like us at Spentrack, we actually have our Estonian license already.
Mm-hmm.
While there are companies that have lost their Estonian license, we actually have been able to maintain and protect our license. And because of that, our payment gateways are going up because of this. Yeah, so these are exciting times when we take a look at it. Companies would be hard pressed, but they would push back at regulators, because at the end of the day, the regulators are supposed to serve the community. They are supposed to serve the public, and not the other way around.
Yeah.
Yeah. So it's a matter of push and pull, you see. So yeah, if anybody wants to work together and push back at them, please contact us.
Oh, look! I mean, it's fascinating times. The world's in a crazy, insane place at the moment. From a financial point of view, there's massive uncertainty around there. We've been in the Bitcoin space for years because we've always felt there was an issue with the financial system, and I personally didn't think it would happen this soon into my involvement in the Bitcoin space, but it is. And
I did give the prediction that February this year would have been the start of a global meltdown, and I still don't think I was wrong.
Right. True.
Yeah.
True. Okay. I mean, on that note of meltdowns, we'll move on to our next story.
Oh, yeah.
The topic we're talking about now, we know we can go on for hours and hours, and we will be covering this in other shows. Do not worry if you wanted to hear more on that one. Okay, so next story, a biggie for a number of reasons. Talk us through this one.
Oh yeah, definitely a biggie, man. It affects so many cryptocurrency companies. So Sean, what are your views on this first?
Look, obviously there's a number of the Bitcoin debit cards that are being affected at the moment. I'm talking with the CEO of Wirecard here in Singapore tomorrow, so I think they've reacted very well to this. They're obviously they've had some plans in place and they're moving swiftly on that. I'm not sure exactly their relationship to what's happened here, so I don't want to talk too specifically about that. But look, overall, I think the ability to spend Bitcoin and other cryptos with these debit cards is fantastic. I think it will grow adoption. So if there's going to be issues here, that for me is pretty bad news. But look, I think you know a lot more about what's going down here. So I'd prefer if you talk us through this one.
Okay, so let's just take a look at the Wirecard. Right, the Wirecard structure is made in such a way that it actually provides tech for many of these blockchain companies, like crypto card companies to exist because they might not have direct relationships to Visa, they might not have direct relationships to Master. And one of the largest players around is actually Wirecard. Now, I mean, let's just take a look at one of my favorite examples. I like to use 10x. They raise how much? They raised more than $50 million, right, to come up with a crypto debit card service and so on.
Yeah.
For 1.5 years, if not two, right, they didn't even produce their card. I don't even know why people playing with their tokens and so on. Yeah, like I say, it's all about fiat value. It's not even about the value that the company actually brought to the crypto space or even to anybody. Because where are their users where they don't even have the service that they said that they will produce? And in the end, many of the funds of this company was actually used to invest in equities, to invest in property and so on. So rather than using what their investors put in to create a debit card, a crypto debit card itself. Now, so obviously 10x is one of the companies that's being affected by Wirecard right now. So I mean, what the hell?
Okay, so little side rant on 10x. I'll keep you on topic on what's happened with Wirecard, though.
Yeah, but so that's the thing about that. That's the thing, you see. So most of the cards, crypto cards in the crypto space are actually working with Wirecard.
Right.
Yeah. So if they are working with Wirecard and Wirecard goes down, right, technically all their services that they say that they'll promise and so on all goes down in an instant.
Yep. So crypto.com, the biggie, has been affected as well, obviously.
Yeah, it's one of my favorite. Crypto.com is definitely my favorite, man. And yet, yeah, so now they're down, obviously. And the thing is this, banking infrastructures and services have been affected because of the Wirecard system going down. It's not just crypto companies, actually. Even banking facilities have been affected. We have companies or that they would have to freeze their account because of Wirecard. That's a whole level of nonsense. The banking industry should be supporting these companies right now and not affecting their services. Like they should be finding solutions for them, right? I mean, that's what the banks are supposed to do. They are supposed to be providing a service, but they are not. In fact, they are just freezing accounts. Yeah, they say that it's because of compliance and so on, but you know, these are things that can destroy companies in an instant. Yeah. And you know, in our current COVID times, having things like that is actually not a good move. These are two drastic moves from what I feel.
Yes, I mean, obviously one of the big four is being implicated here as well, and what appears to be a fraud. I mean, that's obviously not something that's factual at the moment, but that has been reported.
But that's extremely scary, you see, Sean. Let's take a look. This is one of the big four. And how can it be that for 3 years, they have not audited the accounts and asked for confirmations of banking transactions? It does not make any sense.
Blockchains will remove fraud, people.
Sean is correct. But public blockchains will remove fraud, not private blockchains.
No, private ones would probably enhance the ability of cartels to get away with even more nonsense.
Yeah, it kind of makes it worse, right?
Yeah, I mean, look, you know, that's look. Interestingly, this week, you know, that's a debate that I'm having with some companies I talk to. You know, it's exciting times in fintech, and it's always exciting in Bitcoin, but you know, none of us really saw the situation coming with the money printing we've got now, and I personally hope that the Bitcoin community, which I think is the absolute worst of most of the crypto communities, at pulling together, getting different messages out there. Sorry, I'm going to have a small rant on this one. You know, we're all here and we're all sort of addressing different sections of the market. I'm obviously trying to appeal to the absolute newbie crowd. I'm out pitching some of the Bitcoin OGs at the moment to help fund the series, of which there is a link below. So please have a look at it. It's really something that I feel isn't being addressed. You know, it's consumable content that people who don't understand anything about Bitcoin or crypto can actually sit down and watch and enjoy, and they'll get it's a 10-part series. I don't see a lot of content like that, if any. We tend to have our little echo chambers, in my opinion, within Bitcoin. I've had 4 years of echo. So we've got, this is now more than ever, it's time for everyone in the space to really ramp up efforts to get that message out there, and that can be at a very technical level. There's guys that do that brilliantly, how to run your own node, why that's important, etc. Other people addressing other parts of the market. So, Dunstan, what are your thoughts on that? We've actually got a guy that we're going to do a show with from Litecoin this week. I don't know anything about Litecoin, but they seem, their sort of influences, if you will, seem to be well funded. There seems to be a lot more coordination, whereas Bitcoin, it's a bit of a shit show.
Yeah. Bitcoin, there's no coordination, no nothing, right? Because Bitcoin is technically what we want it to be in a sense, right? So, but I really exhort everyone. Just click the links that Sean will be posting below and support Sean. Even if it's anything like maybe just even 10 Bitcoin would be awesome for
Actually, ask you for any money. You can just start by subscribing to the channel and liking the video.
Yeah, correct. Just start supporting good content and not just support content from like influencers and so on, because they are not generating content, they are just generating hype. They are not here to help educate and so on. But Sean is here. He's here, and we are giving insider information regarding things that are happening. Yeah, and of course,
I've been a passionate Bitcoiner for a number of years now, Dunstan. You know how it is difficult being in Bitcoin, where there isn't that marketing department. Hence, when you see a million influencers and other projects because there is somebody to pay them.
Oh, come on, Sean. If you take a look at it, the Bitcoin developers are now asking for funding from the public. Yeah, this is how disorganized the Bitcoin space is.
I'll say this to you, especially to the Bitcoin OGs. Everyone has heard of Bitcoin now. It's got mind share. I was talking to the traditional finance guys this week, to the fintech guys. I have their ear. I've educated them on Bitcoin over the years. It would be a shame for the ball to be dropped at this point, in my opinion, where more organized projects can come in and stake a claim to what is going to be an explosion and interest and adoption of digital assets. It's happening. I'm seeing it. I'm part of it with some companies, but getting that message out on a number of levels about what Bitcoin is. I'm just saying, you want to be, there's some slick marketing being put together in other areas in the space at the moment, and these are far inferior solutions to the global financial crisis that we currently face. But a lot of them will get traction.
Yep,
purely because they're organized.
Well, I'm getting traction too, and I hope I'm organized regarding that also.
Yeah, look, we need to start talking about some of the initiatives that you're up to, Dunstan, and we'll do that this week. Yep. So, look, coming up this week, we've obviously got our trading show with Lisa tomorrow. I know you don't like talking about price, Dunstan. Bitcoin's not about that for you, but for most of the people in the space, it still is that speculative store of value, that digital gold, and that's obviously how the majority of people will understand it as they come into the space. And in some ways, I don't have a huge issue with explaining that as a major use case for people to initially bring them in. I don't think that a lot of some people do frown on that. So yeah, we'll be talking some charting tomorrow with Lisa. We've also got a guy who runs Bitcoin Mondays, Lou Kerner. I think you may know him.
Yep.
Interesting character. And Didi will be joining us. We've got Giacomo Zucco, the most toxic of Bitcoin maximalists on this week. I'm looking forward to that one. And some people from the traditional fintech space that, I think you'll find it very interesting to see their perception of what they're up to currently with regards to digital assets. I'm seeing their attitude change quite dramatically around what Bitcoin's viability in its future. They're seeing these institutions come in. Crazy, interesting times.
Anything that makes money, it doesn't matter what they are, man.
Yeah. Well, money is going to become a big issue for a lot of people. I sat down yesterday and I was going through various charts with some of these guys who are extremely financially literate. We were looking at the defaults happening in commercial real estate at the moment, and that chart has done that. It's done that. We've got one hell of a mess on our hands here. People, be under no illusions. If you think the last few months have been a rocky ride in the financial markets, you ain't seen nothing yet.
Yeah, this is 2020. Yeah, so the interesting thing is this is 2020, man. Every month there'll be a new flavor of the year. That's the awesome part about 2020, man.
Yeah. I might actually put a donation address down there. Looking at my hair and the camera here, Dunstan, I need to get a haircut.
Yeah. Please donate something so that Sean gets a haircut. Yeah, or if you want me to grow hair, also donate something. All right. Or if you want the crypto
stick this on your head.
Yeah. That's just gross, man. I ain't gonna touch other people's hair, man. Yeah. But if you want the crypto series, the crypto real life series to come about, and Sean is willing to do it, and he has the capability and the team to do it, guys, please fund this project, and this will be widespread. This will be a series that we can share with our friends, with our relatives. This is a series that we can bring exposure more to the retail market itself and not just institutions, because Bitcoin is supposed to be shown to the retail market. I mean, I'm pissed when the institutions come in, but I do know that they will be coming in whether or not we like it or not. So, yeah.
Yeah, Dunstan, thanks for those kind words. I'll put a link to the show. It's called The Real Cryptos as a working title. Me and the guys have completely self-funded this and the rest of this channel for going on for 4 years now. So any help would be appreciated. Have a look at it, share it around. We're talking to a number of companies at the moment. We want the right partners to come in. Obviously, we're going to trumpet them. Look, there has been quite a few offers of financial support, but these are shitty projects, and I just don't want to do that. So look, get in touch with us if you'd like to help out. We're looking to people to help co-produce this. You can obviously have a real input into to how this thing takes shape as well. We want it to be a very collaborative effort. And get the right message out there. We're the guys that know how to produce it. We've got 20 years of experience in content and reality TV, and we feel this is what's lacking. Some entertaining content that the average person will sit down and watch, even if they have no interest in Bitcoin. We'll get the message through subtly, is where I'm going with this. So check out the pilot that we've made. Obviously, it's very much a feel around to see how it was received. I know you liked it, Dunstan, and had some great feedback from the community. But yeah, help us make it happen.
Cool.
So I think we've sort of covered the key things we wanted to talk about tonight, Dunstan. We'll be making plenty of content this week.
Okay.
Anything else in closing?
Well, please support Sean. And take a look. You all need to remember that many companies are losing their European license because they are losing their license in Estonia, which also means that many of the crypto companies that you are used to are going to have to shut down. If they carry on operating, by the 1st of July, they would be banned from operating in Europe for 3 years. So just take note, guys.
Okay. Yeah, we'll talk about more on that one in the coming days as well. Yep. You really brought me up to speed on that yesterday.
Yep.
And I'm very much looking forward to hearing more about your spin track.
Yep.
We're going to jump on a call with your CTO now, so we'll wrap this one up for this evening. Thanks for watching, everybody, and please have a look at the first episode of The Real Cryptos. Share it around. If you want to get involved in any way, even if it's with a small donation, emails below.
A small donation is 10 BTC. Yeah, anything would be.
Doesn't have to be 10 BTC, Dunstan. Doesn't have to be 10. We can make a 10-part series for about two Bitcoin, 2.5 is the upshot of good quality. So that's, will be completely visible with who's donated, who's got involved. So yeah.
Yeah, you never know, right?
In fact, I never put donation addresses, but I will start doing that. We want to get this made.
Yeah.
The time to do it is now. We need to be singing this message loud and clear to as many people as possible. We're, it's uncharted waters, but we know what's coming, don't we?
Yep.
And it ain't pretty. So get some Bitcoin.
Please do.
Thanks, man.
Take care, folks. Have fun.
I'll speak to you obviously in a moment offline, Dunstan. But thank you for joining, everybody, and we'll see you tomorrow. Cheers out. Bye-bye.
Cheers.